How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
All right, so this week we watched The Running Man, an action movie from 1987 starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. I picked this movie just because I had a lot of fun memories watching it with my dad when I was a kid. And I figured since everyone in here is my son, it'd be a good time to revisit that.
Yeah, sure thing, little bro. Sure.
Yeah.
You got a little bro.
But yeah, this to me just always seemed like such a fun movie and just like the most 80s movie I've ever seen. And I feel like we haven't watched anything like that yet. So I figured, why not talk about it?
Sure, I guess so. This is our first 80s action romp, I think, right? Have we hit anything like that?
Indiana Jones was 70s, so that was the closest I think we've done.
Yeah, and
this is the only 80s classic we've done so far, for sure. I think about it. That's crazy. This is the first Arnold Schwarzenegger movie we've done. Dude's in everything.
True. Dude
is in everything.
Not the best action movie though. We hit that pretty early on.
Running Man? What was the best? Oh, Captain Alex. I almost forgot. It was on my mind though.
Hey, the Running Man walked so Captain Alex could run.
So
no, the Running Man walked so State Farm could run.
It was inspired by the Running Man.
I think me and Cole were the only two people to have seen this movie before this.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
I had never seen it.
Yeah, and I mean it's a fucking sweet concept. I think there's a lot of fun nostalgia to it, especially. It's just I think there's a lot of effort put into it for sure. There's a lot of at least into the characters and making it just a fun movie to watch. I definitely think there's problems with it, especially now that I'm older. There is some of the stuff that I thought was really cool is a lot less cool now, but all in all, I think it's pretty fun either way, and it's a lot of cool concepts. If you guys didn't know this is a book, actually. So this movie's based off of a book.
It is.
Stephen King.
I was about to say I think it is, but it's a very loose adaptation for future reference. It's not exactly that close to it. We could talk about that later, though.
I think he had originally released it under a different moniker as well. I could be wrong.
Yeah, he did.
He writes under different monikers a lot, I think, actually.
Yeah, because it was his first action type film, I'd like to say. Well, book, more so, not film.
Technically, it's more like a dystopian future, at least what it's meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
See, the movie is very 80s. That's the thing. The book is a lot less, over-the-top, crazy world building. While I think it's literally just, you can do this game show where you can run for your life for, a certain month period, and the longer you go, the more money you earn. And there's hunters in it, and they're supposed to be charismatic, but they're obviously not, gimmicky, the bone saw, and the fat electric guy. That dude made no sense the whole time. I'm what Captain is his
Dynamo
gimmick?
Or something like that?
I don't remember them being so, one note. They were just oh, this guy has a fire thing. This guy, the ice guy.
The one I always remember is Jesse Ventura and Bonesaw, and Bonesaw is kind of meant to be a funny one note, heel one, and Captain Freedom doesn't even really do anything. I was so shocked when I was oh yeah, he doesn't even do anything in this movie. He's just kind of in the background, and then they use him in a simulation.
Before we get too deep into everything, I'll give my thoughts.
My bad. I just started talking.
I wasn't sure if we were going to do that, but... Right. Dude, this movie sucks. This movie's bad, dude. This movie's bad. I was watching this movie and the time just kept getting lower and lower, and then it just ends the movie ends, it's over. Good job, everybody.
Yeah, the ending is kind of random.
Dude, that movie was not good. I don't know why this movie's so famous. Maybe it's just Arnold Schwarzenegger
it's also a really cool concept. It's a cool concept. It's just I think the villain does really good. I think the villain does really good. I wish Arnold actually had a character. I mean, you could see the resemblance of the character that was there. There was a character that was there, and the funny thing is,
he was just Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It should be said though that Arnold, especially at the start of his career, he kind of got typecast into this because he couldn't speak English. So they just did roles like this for him because he was a big name. He's a beautiful fucking guy, especially back in the day.
I mean, this was 1987. This was
But no, I'm saying that he got typecast kind of into doing that.
Oh,
Stephen
yeah,
King
yeah.
was not happy with Arnold being
Yeah.
the protagonist. Like
Well,
that was
Stephen
not
King
what
can
he
fight
thought.
it too.
That's not what he's like in the book. In the book, he's not a soldier. He's just a dude, and that's like supposed to be important to the story.
And I feel like it would have been better if he was just a dude and he wasn't like.
But it's the
you know,
80s, dude. It's the 80s.
unstoppable.
I
His
think
acting,
I guess-
his acting was so much worse than I remembered. He was so like,
he doesn't really act a lot in the movie. That's the
Yeah,
thing. Like it's
no.
he's just on the screen for one-liners, you know, and that's it.
Here is Sub-Zero! Now, Plane Zero!
Like he just gets paid to say a line, and
Yeah.
I mean, like
So wait,
I don't.
the beginning breakout
He
scene.
did have a little bit.
that kind
yeah.
of that ruled.
That was a cool scene, but once again, like, where was the setup or what was going on? Like,
Is
they're
it
just there,
okay?
they break out. Like,
Cool. Oh, you're on a game show, and then that's the entire movie takes place.
the game
right
show
there.
was pretty sweet, though. I forget who played the villain because he did a great job.
Oh, I can't remember.
I know the actor is
Richard Dawson.
Yeah,
Right? You
and-
mean the game show host?
yeah,
The
he
first
did a
host of the Family Feud.
he did a fucking good job as the villain in this.
He
Like
won
crazy.
some type of award for this movie. It
Yeah,
wasn't
this-
anything I had heard of.
This was
before.
like the perfect role for him, obviously, and I felt like he was easily the best part of the movie. That and the game itself, I guess,
Yeah.
was somewhat interesting.
Yeah, Richard Dawson
I
won
think-
a Saturn Award for Best Supporting Actor. So whatever that is, congratulations, Richard Dawson.
I did.
Congratulations.
I think it's just very 85 too, you know, like it's just
Yeah.
made to be so over the top and like the goofy television stuff. But the funny thing is, it's not really that far off from the type of entertainment, like the style of entertainment we get into even today. Like they just took like the wrestling idea, because I remember that was the thing too. They took wrestling concepts of characters, why they used Jesse Ventura and stuff,
Yeah.
and just put it into the movie to make it more interesting, which I actually think was a cool idea. I think there's a lot of cool ideas in this movie. I just don't think the execution is always there.
Yeah,
It's
this
fun, like I said.
How different is the book from the movie?
Very.
Because I didn't really
this-
do too much research on
One
that.
thing, him being a cop, I remember is a big deal to Stephen King. Like you guys talking about that, I can't remember why. Like I was super interested in this like before, and I learned a bunch of stuff about it. I should have just looked it up again.
I know
But there was a big break on this one.
it's different enough that Stephen King didn't want his name associated with the movie.
He does do that a
Oh.
lot, though. To be fair,
Yeah.
he
He's a
does that
baby,
quite
dude.
a bit.
It was
Yeah.
supposed to be like a 1984, like very dystopian, but it ended
It's
up
very-
just focusing more on the action
It's
side of it.
actually yeah, it's very similar to our world. It's see, right in the beginning where they're talking about people can't eat and shit. Like that's a big part of this plot. Like that's why people enter the game because it's the only way to.
We
make
didn't really
money to feed
explore
their
the
family.
world enough, though. Like it was just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that was
there's
the
so
issue. It
much
wasn't
more
interesting
world
enough.
building. I know in the books he kind of just hides and just survives for really long by hiding. But like that's where it's fucked up in the books. Like it's kind of like the Hunger Games. Like you can see some ideas in that in this, where he kind of makes it far and they get pissed that they made it far, so they end up killing his family. So he literally is in the game for nothing now because they want him to just die. Like they want him to give up and die. But now he's like also like assigned for a revolution because like it's like he's still going, but he doesn't even have a reason to. So now he's stuck. And
Damn,
it's
dude.
an interesting concept, and that's why
Yeah.
it's called The Running Man.
That would have been interesting because I like stories, but where it's like a character who's not really all that like interesting in terms of their backstory, and they're just
And that's
kinda-
why he succeeds. Though.
they're thrust into this horrible situation and
Mhm.
like seeing how they react.
He's
to
not
it.
even, if I remember correctly, he's not even like that good of a dude in the books. Like he's just like a normal guy,
Yeah.
you know, just doing this because he has to, literally. Because they're,
Or it's like-
I know the hunters too. Just to say something real quick, are definitely charismatic. Like I remember that I think they have like eye patches and shit, and they look like Crocodile Dundee, you know, but not Dynamo and shit. Like goofy gimmicks like that.
Crocodile Dundee. Dude,
No,
that
I think
that
that's
movie
literally
fucking
what he
sucks,
looks like.
too.
I've definitely watched. That's not. Let's talk shit on another movie.
What was the name of the broadcaster in The Running Man?
What
Killian.
broadcaster? Do you mean
The
the
TV personality.
showrunner? Killian, yeah, he's right.
Yeah, he's almost like an archetype, well, more like Caesar Flickerman, to add to your Hunger Games point. Almost identical in that
It's
way.
kind of said. That's crazy because that's not in the books, I don't think. And this character did kind of create that archetype of like the showrunner, the one that's like controlling, like setting it up on the sides and like making the entertainment out of it. It's very interesting to see that. A lot of things in this movie were cool. I just don't think it was always executed well, and I think a lot of it's going to come down to production interference. It just seems like that. Like you could just see it throughout it, where the picture that was probably in mind and what was popular at the time was kind of forced on the movie. You know what I mean? Like probably having Arnold Schwarzenegger on there, they were like, well, now we have him, we got to do his character, you know, because that's what he does. That's what people want to see when they see Arnold Schwarzenegger, especially in the 80s, you know. They want to see him get up there and be like, cool off, and then and then kill him.
He said, "I'll be back" in the movie. Like, that was for sure in his contract.
That was a quote.
Does he say that in Predator? See, I don't think he actually says that, does he? I think he says
that's
that
in Terminator.
That's in Terminator.
Oh, that's right. It's in Terminator.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the wrong fucking movie. He has so many one-liners. How are you supposed to remember?
That's an interesting point to bring up, Nate, about how people probably wanted to see this movie to see an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
His name being tied to it probably did fuck it.
Yeah, that's something I've heard Quentin Tarantino talk about that a lot, is like the whole, like, there's a weird shift now where people want to see the characters in the movie rather than the actors or actresses.
Which is a good thing, if you ask me.
He brings up Marvel and his
Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark.
Well, he's saying now, like, people want to see the Captain America movie, not the Chris Evans movie.
People crave
and
cinema.
It's way different than it was in the 80s.
Do we really give a shit about like actors and actresses anymore?
Right, people
I'm just saying
that's
probably why it's so different from
the
book.
movie star is dead. Is the thing like?
I see. The thing is, people still do.
Important.
I would definitely say they still do, because you see it. Like, just talking about Marvel, it's like I love Robert Downey Jr.'s performance of Tony Stark, but it's also like people act like if he was just the only role that could ever play it. Like Tony Stark could be played completely differently. He's a way bigger dick in the comics. He is an asshole, and so you could just make a different character than him. But no, people don't know that. They just know the movie character that they associate. Once again, I'm not talking shit on Robert Downey Jr. Did a fucking amazing job, but they could absolutely get someone else to do him. It's not impossible. Might take some time. You might have to separate it. You know what I mean? But
yeah, the movie characters have become bigger than their actors, which isn't. I mean, it's just a thing. It's just how the landscape has changed. But it is interesting to see them like completely like that is a huge difference to change from the book, where he's no longer forced to participate. He's willingly participating, like for money for his family.
That is, it's very
like, they
different.
changed that because
it's
of
like less. It's less. That's the thing. It's different. He's kind of forced in this one, but less because of like his family and practical means. You know, it's more like he's trying to be a hero in this. You know what I mean?
His prison family.
Well, no, I'm talking. Remember, they're like, "Don't kill the civilians." The fucking dude in the book doesn't give a shit about the civilians. He's trying to feed his family. Mm-hmm. You know, that's where the shift is. Where it's like you try to make this altruistic, because especially in the '80s, that was kind of thing. The hero had to be the hero. We've gotten to a time where there's much more complicated heroes. It's not just about them coming in and saving the day. That's a thing too. Why there's this random love interest? What's her name? I don't even remember. She's a funny character. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know, she's the worst character. She doesn't do anything.
None of the characters
remember the code.
What do you mean? She saves the day.
Yeah, she does save the day. I will say that.
Without her,
she could have been a character as well, you know.
Yeah, maybe.
She wrote the jingle or something, didn't she?
Why?
She wrote the jingle.
Why the fuck does Jesse Ventura not fight Arnold Schwarzenegger, bro? That would have been. That's what people went to see, and then you got the AI simulation of it.
They had a The Rock and not The Rock.
The Rock and Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel, yeah, the contract where they can't fight each other.
Yeah.
The Rock can't
losing.
Arnold Schwarzenegger can't lose, and Vin Diesel doesn't want to lose, or Vin Diesel and Jesse Ventura doesn't want to lose, so we can't have them fight.
I don't know. I didn't hate this movie, but I feel like a lot of the criticism does come from the book. But like, as someone who never read the book, like, just viewing the movie in a vacuum, it's pretty good. It was fun at parts. There's definitely things I liked about it,
but it has problems, is what I'm saying. Like, I liked it. I think I would put it above, you know, like failing to be entertaining. Like, you go sit down and watch this, it feels like it did what it meant to do. Like, it does it correctly portray the book's message and everything? No.
I don't think it has to.
It doesn't have to. It would be better if it did. I think I would be better if it did, because I mean, like, that's kind of disrespectful.
I think the book is a more interesting story.
Well, because I think it's a little.
But I don't think just because.
I think if you change it as much as they did, I think using the likeness of the book is a little unfair. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah.
I think their goal was just to make like a popcorn movie, make something fun to watch, and that's it. Just like turn your brain off.
Yeah,
Well,
I like
but
the
that's-
aspect of like the television ratings have like a
Oh,
sector of the government, and
Yeah,
like
that was
everything that they
sweet.
do is for television ratings,
I do think
and that's
in
kind of like
book,
the
though.
driving force of the.
You know that's a thing in Korea. Like that's
North
like a
Korea
part of
or
the government. No, South Korea, where
Really?
they're like the government
Yeah,
is specifically involved in making K-pop popular overseas, and they like fund money into
No,
it. And
K-pop,
I
dude.
respect
K-pop
that.
gets kind of crazy when you like. It
Yeah.
is like the military, bro. Like that's like spies. They're
dude,
they're
that's
literally
why-
like training them to get over.
They have
here.
their
Popular.
foreign agents. You say anything bad about K-pop,
That's-
your
Dude,
address
what if
is
K-pop
on
agents
Twitter.
turned out to be like Power Rangers, dude. And like whenever we go to war with them, they just start fucking popping out in these uniforms and killing us all, bro. That'd be crazy.
No, but that's why they all have like English sprinkled in, or they have weird English
Yeah.
names, is because they want them to be popular over here.
And it's actually like that's kind of normal. Actually, in those
it works.
countries.
It works.
And like privileged families that can send their kids to America will have both names pretty often, actually, especially because it's a common language over there still.
Well, I mean, for the group,
No, dude,
not
best
for like
language.
the-
Oh, I got you. You're talking about. I thought you were talking about people. I was like, yeah, they have
Number one,
English names. a lot.
well, yeah, English better. So yeah.
I swear, like, just fucking make it the only language. Fuck it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Why do we need all this gibber, this gobbledygook? You know?
Oh
Just
yeah,
speak English.
there, 222, you, your.
Yeah, but that's every language. To be fair, like if you look hard enough, it's gonna show up.
Arkansas, Kansas. You know.
That shit is
Hey.
crazy. That shit pisses me off
Let's
because I
blame the
read it
folks
as
on Latin,
Arkansas,
not on English.
and then I have to translate it.
Yeah, we should just blame the British for that one.
I do blame the British for all our problems, like because
Yes.
we were German, dude, and they had to spice it up and make it all weird. Well, British people never spiced up anything, so what am I talking
Yeah,
about?
true.
They're
They had to
scared of
blend
that
it
shit.
up.
Yeah, they had to blend it. They had to put some beans in it. Yeah, some chips instead of fries. Just put some fucking French fries. It's
I
the superior
guarantee,
form of
like,
potato.
when this movie came out, like in England, I guarantee at least one person, maybe more than one person, were eating beans. In the
Yeah,
theater.
in the
dude.
theater. In the theater. That'd be crazy. Yeah, all right, but let's get back to the movie. Who was your
I was trying to
favorite
segue
gladiator?
it. I couldn't think of
Who was your
anything.
favorite gladiator?
Sub-Zero.
Oh, Sub-Zero.
The first one, you think so? I think that was the best. Bonesaw might be the. I remember thinking those deaths were hype when I
It
was
was the
a
Christmas
kid.
lights, dude.
That
What
was
was his name?
Dynamo. The
Oh,
rapist,
okay.
dude. The rapist is your favorite. Yeah, you like the rapist.
He did have a cool car.
Yeah, he did have a cool car.
Bro, where did he get that from? Bro, what made no sense? So, like, the name Running Man, that's the thing. It had nothing to do with the movie other than the name of the show. But why like, what is the concept of them, like, being led down a random path? Just have them go to arenas and make them fight them. Like, they're just forcing the
that-
Running Man gimmick
It's
in.
called the Running
That
Man.
felt so
That's what I'm
jumbled to me.
saying, is that's where
Where
it
it was
falls
like-
flat.
They would just cut, and it would be like, "Oh, they're in the road." They were just on an ice rink, like
And it's
indoors.
just like
they were just on the
biker
road.
guys.
Because it's like a simulated area, no? Like it's like entirely
Listen,
like
It
Why
felt
do they have
so
to do
hard to
that?
follow. I had no idea where they
You
were.
guys-
Are they
you guys
underneath the
Yeah,
TV
it's-
studio? Are they outside the TV studio? Like,
No,
where-
it's kind of like a video game. You know how it's like forced interaction in forced ways.
Is it
Yeah.
procedurally
Why is it
generated?
Because it's all a game. You know.
Why is the TV studio in the arena? Like, why is what
Why
is
not?
happening? I mean, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Because
I thought it was just in like a
It's all a
war-torn
production,
area
that's
of
why.
the city.
It just seemed like a ghetto or something. I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
don't
thing.
know,
You're
like-
not sure,
They're just gonna let him outside.
dude. How weird is the beginning of this movie? They're just on a
Offensive.
plane, and they're like, there's civilians out here. Kill them.
Yeah,
Just gun them down.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, I don't
What?
think I should.
Yeah.
Go to prison.
He wasn't. The thing is, it seemed like if they pushed
It
him,
was a
he might have said
catch-22.
yes. If they like
Yeah.
really pushed him a little bit, he would have said yes, and they didn't even try.
no. I think they knew he wouldn't do it, and then they knew they would have to like
Fuck him
like,
up.
yeah. Like I feel like it was.
That's the
like,
thing too. You feel like that captain's gonna come back that was in the plane with him or the helicopter because it seems like they have beef for betraying. Never shows up.
Nope.
He's never back in the movie again, dude. I think like it's funny because you can see kind of semblance of a character in the Arnold Schwarzenegger one where he doesn't want to join in or
Richards.
anything. And is it Richards? And like he's just kind of not involved in it at all. But it just they don't do anything with it, you know. And
It's a bit ironic. I bet you like all these like weird, like snuffed creative choices were probably just snipped by a board of directors and TV producers.
It was
like,
probably not. Yeah, it literally was.
Why there's like
Probably
no
just
character in
production breaking it up to force it to be like an action movie.
See, that's
People
what I
like
wonder.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and shooting guns. Well, he doesn't really do that in the book. Make him shoot guns, dude.
Yeah, he joins the random rebel alliance at the end. Bro, the ending of this movie is so off the
It just
wall, bro.
ends. Did they
Why-
win? Did
why
the
is
government
the
just show
rebel-
up and like nuke the arena? What?
Why is the rebel alliance in the arena too, dude? Like, why are they all in the arena?
They rescued him. What do you mean?
The whole world is the
Where do
arena
they
at
go
this
from there?
point.
They just win? Is it
I
the
think in the
government?
book it is like the whole United States, but
Do they kill
I
the
don't know.
TV producer and then
No.
the U.S. is just liberated?
No,
Like,
I think
how are they gonna
Arnold
get food from
Schwarzenegger-
starving
Yo.
people?
He
sent them down the
Schwarzenegger
pond.
like
Great
unlocked
idea.
something in these people. Like he he was like, oh wait, he's not
Unlocked
the bad
what?
guy. They're the bad guy. And then you know,
Oh.
He silenced the propaganda machine.
there
Not
is
like
a
a
news.
God.
He beat the fake news.
We
There
were the
is
bad
supposed
guys
to be-
all
once
along.
again, you do see him as like a symbol of like the rebellion because he starts winning, but it's like it's literally just they start betting on him, and then that like ends it for some reason. Like that
Dude,
ends poverty
I
for
was-
Yeah,
some
it
reason.
means they were rooting for him.
If I was
think.
starving in some ghetto and one of the rich people who was like had no idea what it's like to
The
be hungry
gladiator.
was like, I had a change of heart, like all of the sudden because I saw one guy do this. You're going to like war prison when we take over, dude. You're not getting out.
I'm killing you. I'm killing you first, dude.
But they also showed the proof that like Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't actually kill all those people, and like that was like the big turning point. I feel.
I do love. I love the idea of like
too late, dude. Everybody starved to death already.
the doctored footage in this stuff is actually kind of like a cool concept. I think
Yeah.
it just looks like shit, and you can't blame them in this movie. I mean, what the fuck were they supposed to do? It didn't really have anything to do it with at the time.
I just
What
don't
year was this?
understand-
You said like 87. So I
87,
definitely
yeah.
don't think
Yeah.
they had it.
I don't
enjoy
understand
it.
the change of heart for all of the people because how does knowing that Arnold Schwarzenegger got framed for a crime excuse starving all of the population? Where's the connection?
Doesn't starve the population.
Well, the point in the movie is supposed to be that like this show is the only thing keeping them from like rebelling. Pretty much, it's stupid. Like it makes more sense because it's supposed to
It's
be
not
these shows.
developed very well.
There's supposed to be more shows that are just like this, and it's like a distraction, just like in real life. You know that you watch this entertainment and then you don't worry about how you're getting fucked. You know because
But
it seems
this
like
is also
the
the most
Super Bowl.
popular show.
yeah, this is the biggest one. That's why it's a big
Yeah,
deal.
and so if the biggest show is faking, then everything
are.
that's on television is just lying to us,
Yeah,
and
It-
they're trying to like develop this hive of.
it's a bit
You
of a
know.
jump, but it's a good idea. I once again, you could see the idea there.
I didn't hate. I like the part of the movie I didn't like the most was just like the long ass like action scenes that were very boring
It was a
and
whole movie.
it's kind of a waste of time.
There's a lot of funny scenes where somebody will shoot at Arnold Schwarzenegger, miss, and then he turns very
the biggest
slowly,
target.
shoots him twice from the hip,
tap.
hits him from like 300 yards
Oh
away.
my god, dude! Why
It's
does
just like,
everyone
oh
just
my
walk
God,
around? Bro, everyone walks around like goo 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 goo. Like what the fuck, dude?
They all do that, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's the only one who hits anybody, but he
I
just
swear to
does the
God.
same thing.
And he's the biggest target. He's the easiest one to hit there. Which is your favorite death? That's what I want to hear. Who do you think gets fucked up the best?
Chainsaw
It's
guy.
hard. Bonesaw.
Dynamo.
Is it
Right through
Bonesaw?
right through the
Winged.
Right through the groin, dude.
Yeah.
Cuts him up the dingus.
That's a tough one.
Dude, what
But,
did he say to?
it's-
Oh, remember when he's running? He goes, he had to split. Bro, right there, bro. He earned it. He earned the fucking money right
Yeah.
there. I
That
could
was
say
a bad-
that.
Did
I
they
couldn't say
score
that,
Sub-Zero
but-
into the net when he dies? Or does he
No,
do that to
that's his
somebody
friend.
else?
He scored his friend. He rings his throat with the barbed wire. That's actually a
Yeah.
pretty decent effect. I will give him that. That's a cool little scene.
He said the dumbest line after that too. He's like,
No, that was the
"Sub-Zero,
best
not
line.
plain zero, and I'm like,
That,
oh,
that was the
that's
best
hard.
line.
Sub-Zero, more like plain zero.
Well, wouldn't Sub Zero be below Plane Zero? Like,
Yeah.
isn't-
Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah.
But it's hey, he made it.
No, it's the best
You know,
line.
you got to force it to happen. That's what makes it funny. See, but that's one thing I do. Once again, you kind of see it in the character where it seems like that's actually part of his character that like he thinks it's funny when he does that. Like he's actually choosing. It's not like it's not like a script thing. Like he's literally doing it to be funny. It feels like that because he laughs at himself in the movie. Like he'll say the shit and think it's funny.
Like Arnold wrote all those lines for himself. Like
No, like the character thinks it's funny. Not Arnold probably did too, but
Yeah, it's almost like the classic dad joke scenario. You know, they say the worst joke ever, then he just kind of chuckle to himself after. Like,
it seems like it was kind of meant to be on the character. I mean, like it wasn't just shoved in there. That once again, it wasn't. He didn't have any other character, so you know.
Was Arnold one of those actors that would like have a lot of influence over the movies they were in?
At this point, I'm sure because he had so much money.
Are there? But I mean, like as in like him directly making changes to like the script at all.
I don't know whether it was him directly making it or the studios because of what he, how he makes the money. You put him in the movie for this reason, let him do that reason. You know what I mean? Let him do what he does.
Yeah, because I know, like as far as like not much range action movie stars, like I know like The Rock does that a lot. Like he's very hands-on with like, how he is portrayed in the movie.
Do you guys have a favorite action star?
I was gonna say the funny thing now is though they would just make him one of the villains, and he would just take that role, and he would do perfect instead of making him the main character, and it would work perfectly. It's just a weird choice.
Honestly, Cole,
that's a tough question, dude. I'm literally looking people up because I don't want to miss anybody.
It could be Tom Cruise, actually.
I was gonna say Tom Cruise has probably the highest pedigree of action movies. He's done like the best ones.
Bruce Willis is up there.
I was gonna say Bruce Willis was literally the next one. You guys haven't even seen The Fifth Element, dude. That's the shit.
I have seen The Fifth Element.
That's the shit, ain't it, dude?
I would use that word to describe that movie, yes.
You're shit, dude. I love The Fifth Element.
That's when I gotta watch again because I like half watched it and like got super confused.
Jason Statham's pretty big. I don't know if he would beat them out.
Weirdly enough,
Stallone does have Rambo.
Well, Sylvester Stallone, for as much as like he might be recognized as like an action star, I think I like the more serious kind of stories, like the first Rocky, First Blood.
Rambo.
Yeah, well, First Blood, not Rambo 2 in the jungle, murdering everyone.
Yeah, the opposite of the first movie.
Yeah, the more somber kind of like dramatic roles, I think I like more from him. So
he's in Predator, right?
No,
Arnie.
So that's one. Arnold is.
That's Arnold.
Arnold probably has been in the most of my.
Arnold's got some real bangers though, like
Total Recall,
Terminator 2,
Terminator. Dude, Clint Eastwood's probably in there. I'd have to put him in just because he's done so many movies. It's hard to say what counts as action.
Yeah, they are action.
I'm not like refuting that, but it's not.
It's tough to like.
Dude,
say.
How sweet is it in this movie when Arnold Schwarzenegger? It's not fake at all. Curls the bench off the ground, rips it out of the ground. Dude, imagine just doing that in real life. You got it. I love the parts that are just like, look how strong he is. Like,
dude, I like it. Legitimately is a testament to how massive that guy was. That he's like half the size that he was at his Mr. Olympia in all of these movies, and he's still like considered ripped.
He's huge. He is huge, dude. Like definitively. I do think this is one of the lesser tier Arnold movies because he has some fucking good ones. Mm-hmm. I do think this is on the lower end of them all.
This one does seem like it's an Arnold movie. Like the Terminator and all those other movies are like good. This one was made to just so people because people will watch Arnold.
This was an avenue for an Arnold Schwarzenegger performance.
Yeah.
It hit all the fucking. This is peak. All the stereotypes you think of when thinking of an Arnold movie. This is actually it.
At the cost of at the cost of a potentially interesting concept.
One of the biggest movies ever, possibly. I mean, it was an interesting concept. It just wasn't, well executed. I think is the best term for it.
Yeah, I like the world that this takes place in. Or I could see myself liking it.
Yeah, I think they
built properly.
I think, like I said, I like the hunters. The idea of the hunters being even more goofy, instead of just being like once again like Crocodile Dundee knockoffs. Like I like.
It felt like a video game.
Yeah, I like the video game wrestler inspiration. Like they're leveling. You're going through bosses or something. That's interesting. I do like that included because that's entertaining. Is what people like to watch, and that would fit this perfectly. I think it makes it more fun as a movie too. There's more creative things you could do.
It's kind of a similar beat to how the Boys world is kind of built, like in the show The Boys, where the superheroes really aren't superheroes. They're this media conglomerate that kind of like controls the world through propaganda and shit.
Yeah.
So like I could see myself liking because I love The Boys. So like this is done properly. Like I could see myself
like modern day celebrities.
Literally, I mean, they are just celebrities in this, except they're murder celebrities. But they're like,
I hate all celebrities. They should be in jail.
At least they do something. At least these guys bring something to society. Gladiators, I'm talking about. Are they called hunters in this or gladiators? I can't remember.
I think
they're hunters, right?
Yeah, I think they're hunters.
Yeah, I think they're hunters. They just seem more gladiator-y, I think, in this.
When I was watching this movie again, I don't know why the whole time I was like picturing Ellen hosting this. Like I feel like I could just see her.
We have had a lot of conversations over the last few weeks about the show, our workplace, and what we want for the future. We have made the necessary changes, and today we are starting a new chapter.
Were they called Stalkers?
My brains out. Oh, is it Stalkers?
Oh, it might be
Stalkers.
Stalkers.
Maybe that's what they were called in the book too, because I think that stayed the same. I think that's one thing that didn't change.
This isn't what they show on the Ellen Show. This is the behind the scenes of the Ellen Show.
All the runners are just like writers trying.
I do love all the power that Killian ends up having, just because he is like, he's not even like part of the what's it called? What do we call it? The part of the government they have. The part of the government. It was like the entertainment, like the entertainment department or whatever. He's like making a lot of decisions just because he has the world's most popular TV show. It's so interesting because honestly, like those people do have a lot of power in real life now, just from the connections that you make and the money you have. Like they do have a lot more authority just off their opinions for one.
I mean, Donald Trump is literally a TV personality.
Literally, we skipped. We skipped right over. You're
hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, we went for the harder joke out of the two. I'm trying to think. Like that's the thing that really hurts this movie. Like I think of scenes, like there's fun scenes, but nothing. I'm like, let's talk about this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I don't even know.
Other than Killian's performance, like that's the only thing I'm like, he killed that. Like he was.
I don't know that I want to watch this movie like again, even as like a popcorn movie. Like
it's so quick though. Like
watch something else. Man. They should have sent Gun Guy after him. It would have been a short ass movie. No, they just the switch up at the end. They just put him in a military outfit, give him an M16 of a boom, 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 boom. Like what the fuck was going on? So when he does show up to Killian is pretty cool. I will say that. Because then Killian's like, look, hey, fuck it, dude, you live. Like, you did it.
That slide thing, when they were in the balls and they would go down the slide to go to the arena, that kind of looked fun. And they could have easily turned that into an amusement park ride.
It killed Killian at the end. Why did it kill him? Like, it exploded when he went down it. They didn't change anything, but he blew up.
No, there wasn't the safety net there to catch him at the end. You probably had to, like, set it up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Why? Like it just blew him up that time.
And I did think it was cool that Jim Brown was one of the stalkers. He was the fire guy.
Oh, I forgot about the fire guy. That's kind of the worst one. Yeah. They don't really.
Yeah. But
Oh yeah, remember they revealed that they were killing the winners too. That's right. So we were talking about why do they? Yeah, why do they rebel? It's because that's one of the things they revealed, that there really is no way out. I forgot about that.
And the one thing I want to add about that segment of the movie, the whole entire movie before then, it felt like it was shot more so like a TV show, of course. But once that like realization came to terms, all of a sudden, the camera angles became a little more cinematic. Like starting at that scene, there was a long ass pan in shot, really continuous shot going all throughout the basement, up the steps, all to the big reveal of fuck, they're killing the runners. What's the whole point of this?
Mm-hmm. Don't they stop the commercials after that too? Now that I think about it, they stop. Like once again, it's not like commercials, but it's like where they're dancing and like he's coming on to talk. Yeah. So once again, like interesting concepts that really don't go anywhere,
And I know you guys complained about it earlier, how it like would cut, quick and everywhere, but that's kind of how live TV works, a lot of the time. So I felt like they were trying to portray that.
Mm.
Yeah, well, once again, though, that comes to like I said, the cool idea that doesn't really pan out too well just because the movie doesn't... I just don't think it does enough in the end
it's probably too short.
What it's doing. Yeah.
Short, if this movie had another half an hour, maybe they could...
I don't know if I could have sat through another half an hour. It would have just been them killing more dudes.
If they used it well, that's
if they change the tone up, I think the tone just is different from the story it's telling. You know what I mean?
I don't. What do you mean the tone? I like the tone.
Like,
I mean, this is like a silly movie.
First of all, we're talking about the over-the-top action is what I'm talking about. Like that's kind of a waste of time in the end, in my opinion. Like because it just doesn't feel like it's important to the story too much. Like,
yeah. It's hard to view Arnold Schwarzenegger as this like resistance leader when he's one-liner killing people and like.
Wait, I don't think he was trying to be a resistance leader.
Yeah, he didn't want to.
But the movie frames.
They got behind him. No, the people got behind him. Like by the course of him exposing
why
what
would
the
they rally behind him?
Because he exposed what the TV show actually was.
He didn't though. Like he did.
Yes, he did. No, the girl did. The girl showed the tape.
She should have been then. That would have been more interesting.
But he was
Nate,
the figurehead for it.
Movie,
that's what I'm saying. These are the problems.
He was the figurehead of it because he was the one that killed all the dudes.
Because he was the cool guy. No,
I also don't think they really rallied behind him. I think they more rallied behind the idea of fuck the show.
Maybe they started betting.
Exactly, yeah.
They started betting on him and shit, and that's when they started rallying behind him. Like he was definitely
the rallying
was more.
Hey, you're pissing me off now because you clearly haven't watched the movie in 2 weeks. Because I'm going to talk about the old resistance leader now, who's like, we need a symbol. He's clearly meant to talk like Obi-Wan. He's like, they need a symbol, and you must be the one. I'm too old. Like, that's in the movie, bro. Don't lie to me. I watched the shit.
I didn't say he wasn't the symbol. I'm saying he never, actively tried to be the symbol.
But that's
of course he was a symbol because he killed all the dudes.
The movie frames
telling you that's what I want to be more fleshed out. That's what I was talking about at the beginning of my rant. Like that needed to be a little more emphasized in the movie. Sure. That's what's upsetting. I'm agreeing with you, but you're a dick and I hate you. I was trying to agree with you the whole time.
You're saying like the people how the people reacted to what they saw doesn't make sense. Like that's what I'm understanding you're saying, but I think it makes perfect sense.
I think if it had more time, I would think that, or if they fleshed it out better. I just don't think they flesh it out very well, or to even go through it. Like it just kind of ends. They kill the guy, and then he just goes off with the girl. You know what I mean? That's what was the point of everything? Like you're excluding the ending too. Like if that had an ending to it, there was a point to all of that, I would agree with you. But it doesn't, that's where I think the movie's flaws really stick out.
Despite them not really putting it in words or actually showing it for that matter at all, do you feel like at the beginning when they escaped prison, he's working together, with a lot of people there?
That was the best part of the movie.
The beginning of the, rebellion, basically, even though they don't, like you're saying, they don't portray it very well.
Yeah. Once again, him building a relationship with those guys feels like it's supposed to be so important, but it doesn't really flesh out that way. You know what I mean? Those characters you don't care about, but he's supposed to care about. You know what I mean? I didn't care when they died. I knew they were gonna die. They were nobodies.
They kind of set that up as the foundation of his arc. Whether he wants to be the leader or not, he's clearly good at it. Mm-hmm. And then the movie ends. He kills a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do anything with it.
And once again, I agree. I love the ideas of this movie because once again, it's a cool interpretation of the book.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't do it, It's getting there and stop short all the time. Throughout the whole movie, it kind of does that. And I'm like I said, I like the movie probably more than I dislike it.
I am a notable long movie enjoyer. I like 3-hour movies. I'm a kind of the opinion that 90 minutes is really, really hard to get a concise story.
It is. I think 2 hours though would have been perfect for at least what they were trying to do in this movie. Especially for this movie, I feel 15 minutes for the prison, 15 minutes at the end. Perfect.
Yeah, and maybe more scenes here and there.
Yeah. And then maybe split up the actual story a little bit. I feel perfect. I feel it could be a 10 out of 10 movie if it wanted to be, this could be a revolutionary movie. Once again, cool concepts, it's just not crazy, Yeah,
there's nothing foundationally wrong. They just didn't build off of it.
I would have been somewhat okay with the ending if they had done a lot more building in the beginning, and then maybe they were just leaving it up for a possibility of a sequel. But
yeah,
no, they didn't do either of them.
Maybe that's true too. I didn't think about that. Maybe they were thinking sequels in this, because this was sequel. Fuck it. It's always sequel time. You know what I mean? But this was sequel time. This is when sequels were the thing.
The Running Man 4 would have been great. That's all I'm saying.
He's still running.
Well,
sprinting,
running some more.
Because we're in remake era, so reboot era.
No, it's the requel era. So we're gonna get a sequel with a completely new concept. You know?
Oh, okay.
I would like that.
I don't think they're doing that though. That would be cool. Like this didn't work out. Like this rebellion didn't work out.
That's
and
what
they did it again.
I've always wondered and like thought about is that like I get kind of like frustrated a little bit at like the insistence to remake things that were already good. You know, like remaking like The Lion King, you know, stuff like that, and making it lesser. But like, why not remake things that were flawed or even like bad? You know, like and improve upon them.
I think the thing is, it's just harder to sell that to people once again because that always is going to be a factor. And I agree with you that should be more of it, but like it's harder to convince people to do that. Like it's so easy to convince people to pay for The Lion King. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why they do it. Like that's how I feel about it. Like whatever, because like if it's bad, just don't watch it, and then if it's good, hell yeah, you know. But I do agree that the live action remakes have not really lived up to expectation for the most part. So I'm not going to sit here and argue against those.
They have done a few of those, John, but you're right. It is kind of like I could see why studios would be hesitant to do that because if it already flopped once, then they already know that it might suck again. But Dune. Isn't like the original Dune movie like basically unwatchable?
But it was a cult classic. No, it's not unwatchable. It's just
it is a far cry from because it's David.
Some people stand by it.
It's David Lynch, who is one of my favorite directors ever, but he had no business making a high concept science fiction movie.
They did that with Tron too. I mean, I feel like Tron the original movie was like the visuals were cool, but then. The new movie's all right. It's all right.
It could have been better though. It is kind of the It's weird because this is the Running Man of that one, where it's like, well, there's a lot of cool concepts, but you didn't do it.
It kind of makes me wonder a little bit too, because like, can an adaptation be so different and like exist on its own in a way that is completely separate from the original work? Do you think?
I think if it's different, it'll always piss off the people that like were loyal followers to the original. But like I never read the book, and so I don't care about the book.
So I have a good example of this. So we've talked about the movie The Thing a couple times. Do you guys know the movie The Thing is a remake?
Yes, it is.
Of a movie that also people think is amazing, but is actually like kind of like unless you're older, most people kind of forget about it.
It's a movie from the 50s,
It's called
Who Goes There?
Who Goes There? No, is that? I don't think that's what the
book is called.
That's the book is called Who Goes There.
Yes.
The movie, I forget what it's called. It might be Who Goes There. Someone could look that up in a second. But that's actually kind of a beloved movie. It's considered pretty good, and it's different from The Thing. But it's kind of overshadowed by this remake because they're similar but different, you know. And it's weird that they're not really put together. And it's mostly just because they don't have the same name. Isn't that kind of strange? Like I'm kind of segueing away from it, but that movie.
So if you don't want to piss off the original people, you just
change the name. That's kind of where I was going to go to. You have to, but my point is, let's change the name specifically, but you have to find a way to separate it.
It's got to be.
You know what I mean? And the name obviously helps because it just kind of creates a degree of separation just in your head right there when you change it a little bit. But you have to definitely find a way to stand out and declare yourself a separate movie or a separate story, like either through your themes or through just the world or the characters, you know. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen, like, Stephen King, we've talked about, he actively has stated that he dislikes a lot of his adaptations, even super popular ones like The Shining, which is very different from the source material. But I was going to ask, I mean, we've talked about this a little bit between the vision of the artist, I guess, or in the like
death
perception
of the author.
The artist, yeah, you call it the death of the author. But your opinions on that, basically, because like I mean, I've always been very vocal about mine. Where like, yes, I care about it, and it is a factor, but I think it is definitely the lesser of the important things. Like if the story, especially if it works very well in this new format, I don't think it hurts either adaptation because they don't have to be the same. You know what I mean?
If you're adapting something that somebody has already created, then I think you kind of owe it to them to kind of pay homage to it if it's going to be directly sourced. Because that person did way more.
They get money for it.
And what do you think about this movie? You know, you think this movie is a disrespectful kind of adaptation because of what he said? I mean, I think it weighs a little bit.
I think it's so different that like I don't know. Like Stephen King already said, like, I just don't put my name on it.
Yeah, I understand why
like
you
he's
wouldn't
not even really.
What's funny is Stephen King is kind of the chillest about it, because I was gonna name an example that I know a lot, because I don't know if you guys have watched like The Watchmen or what else has he done? Alan Moore, he did The Watchmen and
V for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta and V for Vendetta. I think is like, well, shut up, is one of the best. It's like one of the best movies ever. He hates it. He thinks it's terrible. And it is different from his book. But he actively hates all of his adaptations. Like, he says, don't ever adapt my work, it's blah, 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 blah. But, like, his adaptations are beloved for a reason. Like, they're considered very great movies. So it's like a complex relationship where... And also, Alan Moore does have some pretty extreme opinions, and it does come across sometimes in his art. But, I mean, like, it's important to the art. I'm not trying to disrespect his art. You know what I mean? Like, that is his expression in the end. But
I think if you're selling, you're selling these ideas off to these movie studios, I mean, you kind of have to let them do their
thing. You have
thing.
to accept it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have to sell the name and the story if they didn't want it to happen.
And that's where it gets more complicated, though, because there's like situations where they lie or they bully him out of it. Obviously, I disagree with that. Like, I don't think that's cool. Like, forcefully taking it or just disrespectfully abusing it. I think the author should have say in the movie, I think. And once again, I don't think that means it can't be different. I don't think the author... Because this is where, guess what? The author has some responsibility to be chill, too. Like, you gotta accept some changes. You gotta give some... They gotta take some, But... And I feel like a lot of authors don't like that, though. It's like that weird middle ground where they're just so stubborn they won't give anything to the movie.
Relevant to a topic I have previously covered in a solo video of mine in regards to the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure movie that is now lost to time. When they were doing a live action adaptation of one of the parts of the manga, I think in like
JoJo you're talking about?
Yes, in like 2017 or so, the author of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Hirohiko Araki, told the director of that movie, Takashi Miike, who's done a ton of other like Japanese films, he told him, you can destroy the universe if you have to when adapting this movie. The story...
Make it good.
Destroy the universe if you have to.
He did that himself. Yeah. He did that in his own work.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of the line that I fall onto in regards to this topic of conversation. I think... Like, obviously, like, there's a difference between, changing things and blatantly, like, mischaracterizing
or
disrespecting or completely changing things, like, that are detrimental to the experience of the original. But ultimately, yes, I think, like, I think, because I'm going to paraphrase, like I had mentioned before, David Lynch again. He has a really, really good clip you can find on YouTube talking about like this very topic, where he framed it as like
conventions of cinema. We want the vision.
No, you have everything in the film. That's the thing. It doesn't matter what I say. Zip. It can only be a negative. The thing is built so you don't want to take anything away and you don't want to add anything to it. It's complete. That's it. And that's it. And if the author is, I always say, like, somebody wrote this book, and the poor guy died, so you can't dig him up and ask him, what this book means. You just love the book, and you come to your own conclusion.
That's where I fall into.
Did you ever hear? So everybody knows Freddie Mercury, right, from Queen. I think he has like I think before he died, he said. I forget the exact... I don't know if it's even a quote. I've just heard this as a thing he said where he wanted his work to not be like trademarked or anything. Like, he didn't want to have to do that. I think he like said, like, this is the quote. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not going to look it up. They'll correct me later if it's a lie. But I just don't make it boring. Do whatever you want. Just don't make it boring. And like, that's, I think, the coolest way to go out. Like, take what I've done and just do something interesting, like, who cares if it's considered bad, as long as... I think expression is obviously supposed to be it's an important part of art, like, if you're expressing something and it comes across, like, that can be good art, at least to somebody.
One thing I want to add too is that Fireball, and this goes way back to like how we're saying Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of being a money grab. Do you guys know who Jim Brown is?
The actor? Yeah, he was talking about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going.
No, you're go ahead. You're up.
I was over here doing research. So I was distracted. But either way, so like this wasn't his first movie, but what I want to say first though is the money grab part. This man was one of the best football players in history. So he didn't really have like too much of a notable acting career, I would say. I'd say like his most notable movie being The Dirty Dozen. Other ones were like, they performed, I'd say, pretty similar to The Running Man, but The Dirty Dozen was a solid one. Either way, what I was saying was basically is that he was another part of the money grab.
Yeah. I think all of the stalkers were at least kind of big names at the time. I just don't remember who. Like, I think that's why I said I think it has wrestling ties. Like,
I will give the movie artificial headcanon points for making the stalkers kind of money grab famous characters, because that's probably how they would be treated in the world.
Interesting choice. Like, I think once again, cool choices at some points. Just wish you would have did more with the story. It keeps coming up, but that is kind of the problem I have with the movie.
They very briefly showed like a clip from another show that I guess they had on the network or whatever. Yeah, it was called what was it? Climbing for Dollars, and the guy just gets by dogs.
You have to like try to grab dollars as you're climbing the rope. That game was so funny, dude. That was
like, wow. Of course, Running Man will be more popular than fucking Climbing for Dollars.
I think
honestly, whoa.
I would watch Climbing
for Dollars would be more popular than the Gladiator, like the Smash Show for sure. Which one do you? Well, the funny thing is, like in this movie, I can't help but think, how the fuck did no one else kill any of these gladiators? They are all so incompetent. Like, they're not even good at anything. Like, I mean, maybe that's supposed to be to the plot of them being such average Joes that usually go in there. And he's like,
yeah, they're
funny.
Picking
He's a
fucking malnourished. Poor criminals, probably.
This might be like part of the story once again, but he's just a police officer. But he's driving like an Apache helicopter about to mow down these people. Like, how funded is their police force? Like, holy shit!
No, that's a great point.
It's actually just New York now.
The Atlanta Police Department.
The Atlanta Police Department.
I literally missed that on my first watch. I thought he was just like in the army or something.
Yeah, he's a police officer. He's just a cop. He's just a cop.
He's just a mall cop, actually. They just
this is Paul Blart. This was the original Paul Blart.
Paul Blart 87.
Imagine if Paul Blart was Sylvester Stallone instead of Kevin James, dude. That would be so much better, dude. How good would that movie be? When's that remake coming out?
They're gonna remake Paul Blart with like a 90-year-old man. That makes sense.
It would make more sense in the plot. Like, why is it hard to be a fucking mall security guard? You're 90.
Oh, they could just do Steven Seagal, and they wouldn't even have to make it.
That literally is every Steven Seagal movie. What the fuck do you mean?
No, it'd be the lamest thing ever, though.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal is a loser. So, do we want to go on to final thoughts now? I think
let's give the ratings.
About at that point. So I think Cool starts that shit out.
I want to go last because I feel like there's going to be a lot of negativity. And
I'll go first. With a positive
I'll go first and get it out of the way.
Sam's like, I'll shit on it right now.
So, if I'm to rate this movie, I'd have to separate into 3 different categories of the type of movie. Am I rating this as an action movie, just a straight action movie, a dystopian, or a fucking video game movie? Because to me, this felt more like a video game movie.
It does feel like it should be a video game.
If I'm going with a video game movie, I'll give it a good, 8 out of 10.
It does feel like Mortal Kombat.
If I'm going for straight action movie, I'd say more like 6 out of 10. Dystopian, probably like a 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Well, so what's the average then? What if it's just movie?
Yeah, true. Bands out.
Just movie. Run the numbers.
It's incalculable, dude. It's impossible.
Dude, 22, impossible, dude.
Run the numbers. It'd probably be what, 4 or 5-ish then?
I think your average is about a 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Sam, you were pretty ready to shit on it, dude. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think this movie is very disjointed. The best part of it is the very beginning. There's no development of the plotline or character arcs. It has some cool one-liners and a good premise. I'm going to give this movie a 3.5 out of 10.
Holy shit, that's barely better than Possession.
It might be
crazy.
I think that I might rather watch American Sniper than this movie.
What about Possession?
That's crazy.
No, Possession's so bad, dude. There's no way.
Fucking way.
I would not watch that movie.
What about Airplane Mode?
I would, but that is a different scale. I could watch Airplane Mode because it's just like stupid as hell. Yeah.
No.
That's out of irony. I'll go next. So, I mean, I'm kind of conflicted. Like, I don't want to try to be too nostalgic about it because, like I said, this is a kid movie for me too. Like, I watched this growing up. I kind of have a hard time giving it more than a 5, though. Like, I don't hate it. I think it's worth a watch because there's a lot of cool concepts in it, but I don't think anything pans out, you know? Like, you're going to get the gist of the movie about 30 minutes in, and it's not going to change from there, kind of like Sam says, you know? It's just more of the same. So, like, you know, I think 5 out of 10's as fair as possible.
Let it be known, I gave Man of Steel like an 8, so don't let biases hold you back.
No, Sam, stand firm with your ratings of things. All right,
I am biased.
I'm absolutely right. Movie. I'm absolutely right.
Absolutely right. This movie.
Fuck your opinion.
No, give no caveats. Give no caveats.
Chris, you go.
I don't know. I mean, this movie was this movie was all right, but I feel like I dislike the things I dislike about it are different than the things you guys dislike about it. Like my favorite parts were, I mean, you guys, this is like one of your, you didn't hate it either, but like I like the Richard Dawson part, and I like the crowd changing its mind over the course of the movie. I felt like was one of the best parts of the movie, but it was also very boring through a lot of it. And so I'm probably sitting at a 6 out of 10.
Chris, did you say your favorite
6 not bad.
Slaughter guy, Stalker? I'm really interested in your opinion.
Don't care. Like all of them.
all of that was terrible.
That means he loved all of them. That's what that means.
They were all so good he couldn't pick.
Sam, do you have a scale?
Oh, geez. I didn't even think about that.
From Dynamo.
From what's the best 80s
what's like a
action
TV
movie?
rating?
Wait,
you know,
Cole, you said, did you have a skill?
I was gonna say we could do from like Steven Seagal to
Cole gives it to me.
Steven Seagal to Tom Cruise.
Yeah, to Tom Cruise.
So like this movie, like starring Steven Seagal, but he like doesn't do anything at all. He just kind of stands there, and like people run up to him, and he just kind of like shoves them aside. But they like die.
Are you talking about
this movie?
Are you talking about his judo videos or his
aikido? Right?
His aikido videos. He's like force pushing people.
He grabs them by the wrist and just. But I'm like generally kind of middle of the road, you know. Like as far as like action 80s action movie goes, definitely like entertaining, but like what this could have been, you know, it could have been more. So
yeah.
I just don't know.
I just don't like.
I'm laughing because Nate thinks that's the funniest thing in the world.
Just thought it was so random that he did that, dude.
I couldn't tell if Nate was laughing.
You brought
really
in the
loud.
closed fist. John had the open.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It just made me think of that. But John, sorry, bro. Go ahead, finish your thoughts. Please.
No, they're finished.
That was finished.
Yeah.
yeah, someone finished.
Oh, we finished.
It was me, as long as I did it.
Crazy.
All right, Joel, you have to go before I die.
Close this out.
Shut up.
You gotta end this.
Yeah, I guess for me, like, I love this movie, and you guys can't stop me.
Yeah, I mean,
like
fuck your opinion.
Yeah, like I don't know who gave you guys mics, but they should probably take them away.
On my video.
Yeah. No, like a lot of the things that are like objectively bad to me just give this movie a lot of charm, and like I know that's like
I get that. I like I said, I like it, but
so I know I look at it with like rose-colored goggles, but I'm giving it a 7 just because I always have fun watching this movie.
Give it an 8, Cole. Give it an 8. Come on.
Fun. Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
I don't
but it's at least a 7.
Arnold did say
this movie deserves one
Plane Zero.
Liking it a lot. So
what did you give it? What did you give it, Chris? I don't even remember.
It's 6.
Yeah, that's. I mean, hey, you liked it.
That was a pretty good score for Chris.
If we ever do a redux and we revisit this movie, it'll be a 10.
So Sam has 95%.
Sam just spoiled what we're gonna watch.
Wait,
and
so
we all
you
have
actually put us all over there? Oh shit!
And
Dude,
Sam is a 95% shot.
Who is that in the middle?
It's the
it is lagging like crazy.
It's that dude, bro.
Oh my god!
It's not gonna.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Sam's gone. This is the first time Sam's gone in like a year, dude. Yeah, Cole did give my movie a 10 out of 10. I did kind of disrespect him on his pick.
Listen, I'll pick a better movie next time. Okay, I'll get back in the lab.
Yeah,
we'll see what we can do.
He's going from airplane mode to Running Man. Where could he go?
Cole's
next?
gonna watch some film. He's gonna come back.
Yeah,
guys, this is Sam's moment to shine.
Yeah,
there's been a lot of speculation and a lot of rumors about what I was going to pick for my big wheel spin. And I was tempted this week to swap it out for Never Back Down, but I'm gonna withhold that movie.
Good choice. It's not that.
I'm gonna pick Manchester by the Sea because I've heard it's really, really, really sad and a bummer.
You never watched it, right, Sam?
Never seen it. I've heard this is one of the saddest
it.
movies ever made.
It is
maybe not saddest, but
sad.
I've heard it's a bummer. So I think it'll be funny to talk about.
It's definitely a bummer.
This movie's no match for the power of positivity. That's all I'm gonna say.
I was gonna, one thing I forgot to bring up, dude. Let's look at this cycle of movies where we did like the elimination style. Bangers, dude, except for this one. What did we start on? It was Blade Runner 2049, The Matrix, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah.
In hindsight, the Matrix kind of sucked.
Mid-90s. Okay, come on.
The Matrix is kind of dark.
Relax.
Thinking back on it as a movie,
That's what I thought,
like 4 months ago,
Relax.
it was pretty dog shit.
What was Chris's opinion when we watched it?
I think I liked it.
Shut up.